Any nation that does not take advantage of more than half the brain power, half the courage, half the initiative in their country cannot sustain and be competitive in the world.
Very excited to be here in Charleston, South Carolina today with former Vice President Joe Biden. If you were to tell women who are watching this, what are the 3 things that you've accomplished for women that you're proudest of? What would they be?
Well, I think the proudest thing I've done is writing the Violence Against Women Act over the objection of an awful lot of people early on. We have to change the culture, the way in which women are treated in America and around the world. The second thing I think I'm most proud of is I've pushed very hard for women to be able to have any role at all in the military. There's not a single solitary thing a man can do, a woman can't do. The third thing is, the first thing we passed in our administration was the Lilly Ledbetter Act. We signed that into law. Women should be paid exactly what the man that they're sitting next to does. I was a single parent for a long time, for 5 years, and I had a lot of help. And it was still really hard. I can't imagine what it's like for most women.
What are the 3 things that you could commit to now that you will do on behalf of women, that women voters that are watching can hold you accountable for?
There will be more women on the Supreme Court, period. I'm not going to be happy till we have more than half the United States Congress, the Senate, the court, important positions where women make up half of it.
Here's one that comes up from a lot of women. What's your top priority for furthering women's reproductive rights once you're president?
Number 1, go straight to the United States Congress and codify Roe v. Wade as amended by Casey. And I would also strike down the international laws that exist, banning the ability of us to support institutions around the world that are saving women's lives.
What's your favorite constitutional amendment and why?
The 9th Amendment, because it really did, there's a reason why the founders didn't initially want to have a Bill of Rights. They're worried if they start naming things that existed as rights, anything they didn't name would be perceived to be the province of the government. They got to the 9th Amendment and said, by the way, anything we haven't mentioned doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's retained by the people.
What's your favorite either backstage mood song or your favorite walkout song?
Tina Turner, You're the Best. It reminds me of my wife, for real. I mean, I'm one of those guys, I know this sounds stupid. She still walks down the stairs when we're going somewhere and I still get that boom boom, you know. Everybody knows I love her more than she loves me.
Women still make an average of 82 cents on the dollar that a man makes, and of course, for African American women, for Latina, for Native American women, it's even much worse. What, as president, do you feel like you could do to finally address this problem?
The idea that we are still in this mindset where young women today are battling with the notion that I did better than the guy sitting next to me. I'm smarter than he is. I worked harder. The idea that they're getting paid less is absolutely mindless. And we have to change it. We've got to hold corporations and major enterprises accountable for the failure to promote and the failure to pay.
Right. So if you could have dinner with one living woman who inspires you, who would it be and why?
My 2 best friends, the people I go to that I look for advice for, are from Jill, my wife, and my sister Valerie. Because they're completely honest with me. They can tell me things where I'm making mistakes. They can tell me about my shortcomings. It's pretty amazing, actually.
So I just want to give you this last, the last question really is what you would like to say to the millions of women out there who are still figuring out who to vote for. What's the best reason you could give them to elect Joe Biden President of the United States?
I believe that from the very beginning I've ever been engaged in anything, there's not a single solitary thing. Nothing that a man can do that a woman cannot do. And everything I've done is to give my granddaughters, my deceased daughter, my daughter that's alive, my sister, everybody in my family, an opportunity to have the best chance to meet their responsibilities and their potential.
Remember, women are not only a majority of this country, we're a majority of voters, and we have the opportunity to change the direction of everything. So the most important thing you can do is go vote.